my friends, how you all doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to a fresh episode of FM22 and the Hall of Famer. And we continue on with our brand new club, West Ham United. Last episode, my friends, is linked above. It was a big kind of introduction, a goodbye to Graza. We will, of course, keep an eye on what's going on at the football club. But for now, it's all stations, all hands on pump here at West Ham. And we've got a big episode coming up. So let's do this. Right, so we're going to talk transfers first. It is officially the 8th of January now in game. We're in the midst of a January transfer window. And I said in last episode that I think we need to take a long, hard look at the club. We need to get some of the high earners that are not going to play any football off the wage book. And if there's anyone we could probably possibly make a bit of money for, that we could then translate into some good signings, I think we need to do that. So I've not officially signed anyone myself yet. Those two signings that came through the door happened in the summer transfer window before we were here, but 3 players have left. So Lewis Cook's gone to Bournemouth for 13.5 million. I teased this one last episode. As you can see, I just don't think Lewis Cook is that good, to be honest with you, attributes-wise, especially those technicals, definitely not good enough for the Premier League, so I decided to cash in. I think we got all right money for him. Nahul Bustos has got out for 14.5 million. He is actually not that bad a player, but it was just those mentals. He's 29. He was on a lot more money than 63 grand a week as well. And so it just made sense, basically, to make a bit of cash on him. And the last one is Nikola Vlasic. And he basically handed in a transfer request. He wanted to be playing Champions League football. We obviously can't offer him that. We're not going to be able to offer him that at the end of the season anyway. I can't see us qualifying for the Champions League. That's just way too big a task, especially when you see how the game's been going. So we decided to sell him. We got £34 million for him, which I think is a pretty good fee for a 30-year-old, and it gets big wages off the book. He was on 90 grand a week with West Ham. He's now only on 71. So yeah, it's a big saving. Overall, at the end of the day, it's not just about money earned, it's about the wages that you save as well. But that's just over 50 million quid that we've made on those 3 players. So that's really, really good. Now I'm going to go to the transfer centre and show you what's going on. So we now have 95, if we ran that up, £1 million to spend in the window. I don't want to go spending it all because the club isn't exactly in the best financial state. And then we have nearly £500,000 worth of wage budget. Rami looks like he's going to be going off to Young Boys in this window. He joins them on the 15th. Neymar is going to be leaving, but he doesn't go until March. I'm trying to do all the players that are going out first. And then we'll do the players that are coming in. And the other player that's going out is potentially Jordan Pickford for £10 million to Fiorentina. Now, as far as players coming in, I have got my eye on lots and lots of players. So we've got Reece Carter at Chelsea. I'm not going to show you them in depth until they officially join. Otherwise, you could get excited about a player that won't be joining us. We've got this guy, Lewis, who I think would be an unbelievable left winger. Leifa Madal is going to be joining. It's literally work permit, but it's a done deal. He had that minimum fee release clause. I kind of teased last episode that I was going to go back for a player, and Leifa Madal is the man that I'm going back for. When he joins, I will show you officially why I've decided to bring him back. Then we've got Albert Schuster, who I bid for. That's been rejected. I can't see that happening. They just want silly money. We actually have a loan offer on the table for Dominic Sabala. Is that how we say that? I'm not sure. I might have to check, but he looks a really good player. And then we got I want to say Yaha rather than Yaya, but Yaya Tunk. The contract has been offered nearly £16 million for a new attacking midfielder. So when they join, obviously I will introduce you to them properly, but as you can see, lots and lots of business trying to be done here at West Ham. Now, fixtures. We played 3 games since we last met and we've lost them all, but I kind of expected to lose them all. All 3 of these teams are going very, very well in the league. They're all going after European places. City are after the title once again, so it was going to be difficult. The City game was a complete write-off. We had 1 shot in the game. It was a bit embarrassing. I did go defensive in the game, changed the formation up. It didn't work for us at all. And I weren't sure if I was going to stick with it, but because we were away again at Tottenham, I did decide to stick with a defensive formation. It worked a bit better, but it was still a bit limp. And so in the Newcastle game, I decided not to. But as you can see, Son basically won them the game. Zuma had put us 1-0 up, but we just couldn't hold on to the lead. It's not good though, is it? In our first 4 games, we only won 1 game. Then we came up against Newcastle. We lost that to a trick-up goal in the 19th minute. But this one was a lot more competitive. We had chances in this game. And I'm going to be honest, a point would have been a fair result, but not to be. Today's game, though, we're going to play Cardiff in the Cup. And then we're going to play Everton in the Premier League. As a result of these, though, this is how the Premier League is looking. We're still in 16th place, and I think it's kind of the teams below us have dropped points as well. None of them did well. If we're actually looking at the league though, and I didn't really look at it in too much detail last time, we're on 18 points. We're only 10 points off 10th. So if we can get a run of games going, we're actually playing 10th place today. If we can get a run of games going, it could be really good for us. It really, really could. We could really, really start to push ourselves up the table. I think that Europe's probably well out of reach for us. I know that's only 7 more points on, but you've got to think about them and the teams that are there and their ability to be able to probably win games a lot more convincing than we can. So yeah, I think that's a bit of a push. But if we can maybe get this club up to about 10th, 11th, 12th, I would be really happy. But if we get dragged further into a relegation dogfight, it's going to be really, really difficult. And obviously, the form against those 3 teams doesn't exactly fill me with too much joy. But yeah, there really isn't too much else to talk about. So, gang, let's crack on with the first game. It is an FA Cup fixture. I'm going to rotate the team ever so slightly. I'm going to bring some, players in that wouldn't ordinarily play, maybe like Victor Perez, for instance, and Rosas. Not really been playing those two. I've been using the stronger players in the squad, but we're going to play Cardiff at home, and at the end of the day, the league isn't really where we're going to get anything. So if we could win the Cup, we could get European qualification through that. So we've got to take the FA Cup seriously, and we need to anyway, because of the Hall of Fame ramifications, basically, if we're not winning things season on season. But we're going to go with O'Leary in goal, Rosas and Malachi at fullback, Perez and Zuma at centre-back, Souček and Rice in the centre of midfield, Bowen is going to go left, Perez on the right, Oscar through the middle, and Belotti up top. So, here we go, my friends. FA Cup tie against Cardiff. I would hope that we can get the job done. I'm going to say now, you can probably still hear it, gang. I'm still not all that well. I'm still not 100%. My throat is very, very sore. So if there's moments where I pause and I have a little bit of quiet time, please just respect that my throat cannot hack the constant talking at the moment. I end up having coughing fits. And during the games, it's live, isn't it? So we'll just demand more. I record it as I'm, talking. So I play as I'm talking. Yes! Come on! Perez at the back post makes it 1-0 just before the 20-minute mark. But yeah, obviously I play as I talk and play at the same time, basically. So if I have moments where I need to stop, I will, because the last thing you need for me to do is have a coughing fit while I'm trying to make an episode and during the game, because I can't really cut it out like I can when I'm doing all the other stuff. But that's a good header. Perez now on the football. He comes inside to Souček. He's going to play in Bowen, and Bowen's going to put it away, and it's 2-0. And that is a brilliant start for West Ham. To be fair, I was expecting us to beat Cardiff. We should be beating Cardiff. They're a championship team, and it's the sort of team that we should be doing well against at the end of the day. But, I've gotten strong because I want to go through. We need to concentrate on winning football games at the end of the day, so here we go, we're in again. Oh, Perez drags it just wide this time though. Yeah, we got to concentrate on winning games. So, get one win, get another win, then you get a little run going, and the squad will be a lot happier, because morale's a big thing. You've got to get the morale of this team back up after the torrid time it's had this season. Zuma now on the football. Into Rosas, into Rice. Now into Belotti, comes back to Perez. That's a lovely ball. Into Souček, who should be finishing now. What a lovely run from Souček, though, from deep to end up in the box. Oscar with the corner, nearly on Perez's head again. Not to be this time though. And we're just going to take the foul. And hopefully it will still be 2-0 at half-time, gang. That's basically all we need. And it is nearly half-time. Happy days. Very, very good first half, that. Very good first half. Let's just do all the usual. I'm going to take Zoomer off. Energy levels, yellow card, and we're cruising. So there's not really much choice. Not really much need for him to be out there and then get sent off. We don't have a lot of play. We think we've got 3 recognised centre-backs at the club at the moment. So if one of them goes down, then we are in trouble. This January window is going to be massive for us. Absolutely massive for us. Because if I can't get enough players through the door, then we are going to struggle. Do all the usual stuff. That throw-in's cut out. Oh, NG wins it back though. And that's a shot from distance. That's not hurting anybody, that. But slightly better from Cardiff, who have only had 2 shots in the game though. They were going to struggle, aren't they? I'm going to bring Bellotti off for Pavon, who isn't really a left winger, but we're going to play him there. We don't actually have an out-and-out left winger. We don't have a left-footed player. And Oscar is going to come off for Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think that makes sense as well. But yeah, we don't actually have a left-footed winger. Not one at the club. And as you all know, gang, I like to play with out-and-out wingers that get to the byline, put balls in the box, rather than inside forwards. I'm just not a fan. I never have been a fan of the inside forward role. I know a lot of people that use it very effectively, score lots of goals that way, but I don't know, I feel like wingers are slightly more defensive as well. So when you are managing a struggling team like West Ham, it helps. Perez, ball in. Oh, that's just wide. Let's just do all the usual stuff. I'll cut that, gang. Oh, yeah, I can't just cough a little bit. It has to be loads. Bowen, that's lovely football. Come on! That was lovely football. Ball into Souček, and he's just put the cherry on the top of the cake, hasn't he? He really has. And that's lovely. Just moments to go. And we need to get this game done so I can go and have a minute to cough and splutter and clear my lungs. But that puts us into the next round of the FA Cup. Well, after that very, very convincing FA Cup 3rd round win, we get to draw the 4th round. There's obviously big teams in the hat, but I thought we might as well do it together as we are all here. So let's just get drawing, shall we? So first out of the hat is Brighton. They're going to be taking on Chelsea. We've got Middlesbrough taking on Derby County. We've got Everton taking on Birmingham or Watford. That tie is still to be decided. We've got Liverpool, and they're going to be taking on QPR. Gateshead or Chorley. That's amazing that one of those is going to be in the next round of the hat. They're going to be taking on Stoke. We've got Leeds United. They're going to be taking on little old West Ham. Okay, so it's an all Premier League tie. They're below us in the table, so I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but let's just complete it. Bristol City take on United. We've got Rochdale City taking on... Rochdale or Man City, I should have said, taking on Newcastle or Luton. Tottenham or Swansea will take on Blackburn or Sheffield United. Villa take on Fulham. We've got Wigan taking on Oxford United. Exeter City taking on Leicester. We've got Preston taking on Wolves. Sutton United or Bournemouth will take on Reading or Lincoln. Hull to take on Southampton. And Arsenal will take on Ipswich or Huddersfield. Very, very interesting. Not the easiest of ties. Still doable though. We now move into the more important fixture in today's episode, and that is the Premier League game. And the reason it's more important, gang, is we need to be picking up some points in the league. Otherwise, we're really going to get dragged into this relegation fight, and I do not need that right now. I'm still feeling a little rough, by the way. My voice was a bit sore during that first game, so I'm going to try to calm it down a bit for this one. But we are going to go with O'Leary in goal, Rosas and Malachi at fullback, Perez and Zuma at centre-back. Souček's going to partner Rice in the midfield. Bowen's going to go down the left, Pavon on the right, Oscar through the middle, and Belotti is going to continue up top. But before we jump into the game, I should have said that Leif Medal is now officially a West Ham player, could come on at some point during the game. We're looking at those attributes. The reason why I've signed him for West Ham, not only do we know what a potent finisher he is, he had 31 in 29 league games for Graza, but look at the acceleration. That's what we need to work in our tactic. Plus, Belotti's out of contract, so we need a striker. But Leif Medal and me are linking up again. It can only mean good things. And so here we go into the Everton game, everyone. You know, I want to do well in the FA Cup because that's a chance to win something, but the league has to be the most important thing at the moment. Because if we don't start getting points on the board in the league, then we are going to be in some serious trouble. And so that's what we need to do. We've been the better team inside the first 15, and no highlights to talk of, but definitely the better team if you're looking at those stats, which is all that's important at the moment. Come on, could do with a goal in the first half. Get us off to a good start. That's not a good start at all. Jared Bowen going down injured. I said in the last game we don't actually have a left-footed winger, but we do in Jared Bowen, but I don't actually know how effective he is there. What do I do? Oscar out wide. Yeah, and then we'll do Oxlade-Chamberlain in the hole behind the striker. Options are not something we have lots of. Ball coming in, that's a lovely clearance from the defender over the shoulder. But Everton are going to have a chance to recycle here. Fornals plays for Everton. I'm sure he'd love to get one over on his old club. I actually love Fornals in real life. What a player he is. Really good player. That's a good ball through. Everton are kind of cutting us open really easy here. Ball coming in. That's a good bit of defending. Are we going to break? No. Oscar gives the ball away. It's really sloppy. Oh, that's a good defensive header because that looked like McGinn was in there. And that's come to nothing in the end. Brighton have got themselves a lead against Wolves. That could be really important to them as they try to fight off relegation as well. Malachi is going to take that out of the air. I'm calling him Malachi. I don't actually know if it is. It could be Malakia. I don't know. Oh, what a goal from Andrea Belotti. First time from the ball from deep, from distance, bottom corner. And that is a beautiful goal. A beautiful goal from Belotti. 33 years of age and still doing absolute bits in the Premier League. A player we've been linked with in real life who I would love to have at West Ham. Right. I'm going to say we actually need a bit more. Fire them up. I don't want them to get complacent in the second half. What a goal that was from Belotti. Can't celebrate it like I usually would. Scared I'll break my voice and not be able to talk for next week's episodes. Just all these usual bits and bobs. Just keep it going. Pavon not had the best of games. Might have to have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, hey, that's the smartest option. I think Medal could actually be a really good left winger if we wanted to turn him into that. Like if an unbelievable striker became available, we still wanted to get Medal in the team. I do think he could be a good left winger. As he's showing here, it was good from him. Took the ball down, passed it off, run at players. Still got it. Still recycling it. Rice now into Souček. Chamberlain. Good ball. Medal. Good header. I think that's going to be offside. I think it might be offside, that. I think Belotti went a little bit too early. Yes, he did. Definitely need the second goal, though. Just don't feel comfortable at 1-0 at the minute. Oscar's come on. He's not having a good game. Or not. He hasn't come on, has he? He's been moved over to the right, but he's not having a good game either. Right, Rossas into Rice. He's going to come all the way back to Zuma. Into Rice again. Back to Zuma. Oxlade. This is good. This is really good. Come on. I was just saying Oscar weren't having a good game. Maybe I need to say that a bit more often. I'm going to make my last change. It's going to be Marita coming on for Souček. I just want to make sure that the energy levels are all good in the hood, basically. As like I was saying in the last game, we just don't have a lot of options, so we're going to have to constantly rotate this team. And it looks as though we're going to take the 3 points. Come on! Come on! Well, that was a quite brilliant episode. It really, really was. 2 clean sheets. Off the back of those 3 defeats, I was a little worried about today's episode, but we've absolutely pulled it out of the bag, haven't we? And I'm absolutely buzzing about that. I think what we're going to do for next episode, gang, is I'm going to bring it back for the FA Cup 4th round. I think while we're in the competition, we might as well enjoy it together. So I know it's only 3 games, but at the end of the day, we've taken over West Ham at the tail end of a season. So if we do a few more episodes than I usually would, I don't think it really matters all that much. We'll go back to our usual kind of scheduling from next season, depending on, you know, how we do this year. But yeah, I think we'll do Leeds United and we'll combine it with the Leicester game. And Leicester are another team that, in my opinion, are really are underperforming. 12th in the league. So yeah, but we've got Brighton, who are 19th, Wolves are 9th, and Brentford are 14th. There's 2 games at least in there that I think are winnable, and then you got the Wolves fixture where you just don't know what's going to happen, and then you got Leicester. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do: the FA Cup tie and the Leicester game. As a result of today's episode, if it will let me do it, you will see we have gone up a position, which is nice. On to 21 points now. I think obviously 40 points is the magic number we want to get to. We know that's kind of safety, don't we? But at the minute, we are still 19 points off that with lots of football to play this season. So, yeah, it's still there for the taking. We've got 16 games to turn it around, basically. We'll just have to see what we can do. And today, my friends, we are done and dusted for another episode of the Hall of Famer. Into the 4th round of the FA Cup, a good result in the league, and hopefully now we can get the wheels in motion with our time at West Ham. It's just hope that we can just start ringing a few wins and a few draws together, and you know, getting some points accrued and on the board in the league, my friends. But if you've enjoyed today's episode but you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button, drop a like on the video if you've really enjoyed it as well. It helps the channel massively. But until the next one, my friends, I salute you all. Stay safe, stay humble, and I will see you real soon.